Buonasera, signore, signora. It's me, Jerk, with our very first game in Venezia. I was gonna leave the part of me looking at the commanders and trying to sort out the build here, but you know what? I just ended up with the same Mimbelli Lemon Mikawa build that I've been using for everything else, because if it's not broke, why try and fix it? And Venezia, it ain't broke. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see, Bayard win? No, that's done. Haida win? No, we got that one taken care of too. Venezia win? Well, that's right now. And this completes the trifecta of win ships for me. Everything I have waited years for is here now. I mean, I want the Dutch cruisers, don't get me wrong, but not as much as I wanted the others. And of the three, this ship has long been my ultimate dream, and here it is in all of its bellissima glory. You like? So what is Venezia all about? More! That's right, more! You see, the Italian cruiser line has been pretty much the same since, what is that, Trento, I think? Tier 6? You move up a tier, and you add more. Like at tier 7, you add another turret, and then you get Brindisi, and you add another turret, and then you get Venezia, and you add one more for good measure. And that's what we have here. 5 turrets pumping out 203 sap shells that can pin 54 millimeters of armor. What does that look like? It looks a little something like this. Shoot above the belt. Hey, 15,000 damage. Not too shabby. But what does the AP do? Well, I mean, it's pretty standard Italian AP. There's no improved pin angles. It's got pretty good velocity. It's not going to do the most amount of damage, but if you're in a Worcester and you sit broadside, well, I mean, come on. It's still going to do some damage to the tune of another 15,000 right here. And just like that, we've got the first reload boosted on our, what is this? This is a legendary mod. So this is why I always put the legendary mods on this ship. We can get the reload down lower and lower and lower. And with this particular build, I believe it's 17.6 seconds, which, yes, that is a very long reload. But in theory, you can put out about 25,000, maybe almost 30,000 damage with a salvo. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that what ship has that much in one of its extremities? I mean, really, are you going to land all 15 shells? Like, you couldn't put all 15 into the bow of any battleship because it will just disappear. Speaking of just disappearing, our 2 DDs are gone. That's right. One of them decided to YOLO a Worcester. So, let's look at this map. Well, basically, we kind of know what's going to be happening here. Their destroyers were last spotted right there where I'm pinging. And you can be nearly certain that both of their destroyers will be going to that square. And our team is fleeing from that square, or at least that's what it looks like. Now, I did mention on my last stream when I was talking about this game that this ends up being a really, really close match. And, like, coming down to the last minute, and we actually see something, I'm not sure what it is, how you pronounce it, but I believe it's called teamwork? I don't know. It's so rare. Ooh, hold on a second. Check this out. So, 32,700 damage. We'll get 1 salvo off. And let's see how much damage we get on this Z52. Smash. Yes. And just like that, we did 11,100 damage. So, Z52 is basically dead. And this is why I've always wanted this ship. You know, because of game mechanics, battleships, yeah, okay, you might be able to detonate a destroyer. We're not, you know, this is a video game. It's not supposed to be realistic, but it's always been very frustrating to me. I remember when that one destroyer came out, how common it was for destroyers to just come across the bow in front of, like, I believe at the time, my Vladivostok, and I would hit them with all 6 shells, and they would still basically be 2/3 health. And, you know, and then just torp me. And it's like, God, I have, for a long time, if you've been around here, know that I have a very strong issue with the concealment, the, like, super concealment that our destroyers have on this game. And that is why I like cruisers, because sinking destroyers is the Lord's work. And so somebody's about to get holy, because I can pretty much assume that at least one destroyer is on our base. And I can pretty much assume that the other one is too. And there's 2 ships with radar on my team. The Alaska, which is back behind our base and I believe nearly dead, who they actually blew their radar earlier. That's when the Z-52 was spotted. The other ship with radar is the Petro off on my right-hand side. Can either of them get back there in time to actually do something about these ships? Maybe the Petro could, but at the same time, things could spiral out of control. You know, there's just unchecked torps being dropped in there. So I make ballsiest decision I've had to make in this game in some time. I go ahead and use my smoke, which does last longer on Venezia than it does on the tech tree ships for whatever reason, but I'm using this to come in behind our destroyers, and I'm actually passing in front of 2, maybe 3 red battleships right here. But, you know, what I don't understand here is, like, I'm spotted by Hydra now. Look how long it actually takes for anyone to actually target me. Like, I'm spotted, but are they targeting me? Okay, now they finally do, but we're going to get the Z-52 right here. And then the craziest thing I've ever seen is going to happen. Look at that. The Petro uses radar to spot the Kitakaze for me. What is this madness? These are the games that dreams are made of. No, wait. These? Yeah. No? Maybe. Nonetheless, both cruisers gone, and a bit of a Hail Mary situation. I'm stuck on this boat, and I'm targeted, obviously, by 3 ships, and I'm trying to see where the battleships are to be shooting me. But it looks like I've actually gotten to a safe spot. There's the Montana. That's my primary concern. So I can turn my attention to my widow water, Brindisi. Well, Brindisi is going to discover the pain of smoke fire penalties. I believe Brindisi only has like, it's like 6.6 kilometers maybe. Or is it, maybe it's more than that. Because they're going to smoke, oh well, actually, you know what? I'm approaching them. So I think it is 6.6. So they fire their guns, big time mistake. And like I said, no improved pin angles on this AP, but you know, you don't need it when a ship is completely flat broadside to you. And that is our 3rd ship sunk. I feel like we have recovered this game, though we are still down on points. I'm no longer spotted. Watch out for them torps. I am no longer spotted by anybody, so I'm just going to take a minute here and collect my thoughts and say, all right, how are we going to win this? You know, we got a ship far down there. I'm not really sure what it is. There was a battleship spotted over here. I don't really know where it is. And my team doesn't appear to have all that much health. Oh, well then. This is going to be an issue. Or let's just engage our hacks. Or maybe we can get a lesson in some armor angling. We'll try and see what happens here, because I was kind of certain I was going to be dead. Basically, I'm turning here to then try and turn hard to the left. And it looks like they get a pin and overpin, and I don't know, maybe a couple bounces. I couldn't really tell, but nonetheless, I'm actually coming out of this relatively unscathed. Certainly better than the Heathen, who was full health right up to here, and then he's going to get smashed by one of my teammates. And then I'm going to finish it off right here, right in the booty. And okay, this game is a little bit crazy, but we are still down on points, and we're at 4 ships sunk, and oh no, there goes another one. So I can't really get points by getting on their base because it doesn't look like these members of the red team ever decided to really get too far off of their base for some reason. I guess they were just constantly waiting for the game to come to them. Well, now it's finally going to. So my plan here, yeah, look, the Petra's saying to support me. My plan here is to just spot. That's all I'm going to do. My teammates are unspotted on the other side of the island, so if I just sit here and spot for a while, maybe they can smash and do some damage, because we do need to sink a ship. We are going to have to sink a ship if we want to win, but you know, this Montana actually has a lot of health. He's just kind of sitting there bowing. I mean, he has a good idea of where I am. That's why he's got his guns this way. So I'm just sitting here to keep them spotted. Now, they are kind of moving my way, and I am going to kind of inch a little bit closer because I want to find out where the other battleships are too. Because it's just, like I said, we got to sink one. I don't know what the health is of the other ones. I guess one of them is a Marlboro, and I think one is a Conqueror. But if I can get eyes on them, then at least we can kind of sort out how we're going to potentially win this game. Who do we have to sink? And most importantly, I'm looking at my teammates' health there. They're doing okay. GK is doing pretty well. Petra is doing okay. But most importantly, we've seen a willingness by our teammates to play smart. So let's not lose this one. Accidentally get spotted here, but hey, we see the Montana. Let's angle a little bit. Go ahead and use our smoke again. Okay, I don't think those shells even really hit me. Well, one of them did. And there's one from, what is that? That's the Marlboro over there. So again, smoke fire penalty. I'm just going to fire because I'm ducking behind this rock. But check this out. Now I need to know where that Montana is going, because if he's coming straight at me, I need to position accordingly, and if they're turning away, I kind of need to know that too. So I'm actually going to, well, first I'm going to accidentally misclick and say that I'm spotted, and I'm like, negative, I need intelligence data. And if you can believe this, then man, check this out. Petro hits radar again, spots all the ships for us, so I can get a few shots out there. Yes, Montana is, in fact, it looks like turning away. So my plan here is to get around to the backside of their base. That way we'll have crossfires from every single direction. Petro's going one way. Our GK is coming this way, and I can go around to the back. That's almost like perfect crossfire setup right there. And something else you won't see too often, our GK is going to use their HP to actually tank some damage. That's crazy. Like, I after, what, 35,000 games, you just don't see this hardly ever. But it was so impressive. So if either the Petro or the GK should happen to be watching this video, bang up job. You get a budge from me. Bang up job. Yeah, so now I'm going around the back, because I'm going to try and sink the Montana, I figure. Might as well still get some shots in here. But check this out. Look at this. The GK has got crossfires out. I think the GK actually right there just fired, and I think they got a salvo off on the Montana. I didn't realize it at the time, but when I spot the Montana again, I'm kind of like, wait, what happened there? And I'm pretty sure that's where it happened. But look at this. Petro is going around the backside of the channel. GK has angled out in the center of the channel, and I'm going around the back of their base. We're going to have every single angle covered. Now, we're still down by just under 100 points, so we have to sink one ship. And my intention is to sink the Montana here, and I believe they're going to be spotted any second now, right there. Get the salvo off. Okay, that's going to be Kraken 550 in the Venezia, in the very first game in Venezia too. But I didn't care about that at this point. I mean, that was cool, but really I was like, oh my god, we might actually win this game. We are up by about 12 points. But look at this. Our Petro is shooting the Conqueror, and our GK shoots the Marlboro. Perfect crossfire setup. There goes the Conqueror, and here goes the Marlboro, and sweet Jesus, we sank every ship remaining there. That was some impressive teamwork. I gotta say, that was like one of the best games I've seen a team play in quite some time. We're all at the top there. Not exactly most XP, but that's kind of to be expected with how the game played out. But anyway, GG's everybody, and I will catch you in the next one.